Hi everyone. Today I'm here to share with you my insights on the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers by Adrienne Rich. What I'm going to tell you today, the first part of it is, how can we study a poem without taking any extra info from outside? I hope it's clear. Let me make it more clear. Let us have a conversation with the poem, not the poet, with the poem. And slowly you will discover that if you can talk to the poem, it will reveal all its hidden secrets. It will disclose the meanings. So I'm going to take you on such a journey. This is an experiment, okay? So let's first look at the poem, the structure of the poem. It has got 3 stanzas. Stanza 1. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Without any assumptions, now let us look at first stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tigers are prancing across a screen. Okay, you know that there is a lady called Aunt Jennifer and there are some tigers. Whether they are real tigers or not, we will see. The poem will tell us. They're prancing across a screen. If you don't know what exactly that means, keep it reserved. Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. We are all netizens. Most of us use a lot of net. Internet, I mean. Animals are living in den, so they are called denizens. So tigers are described in the second line. Third line, they do not fear the men beneath the tree. These tigers are not afraid of men. There are some men standing under the tree. But tigers are not going to stop. They keep prancing with courage. They're very certain of what they are doing. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Okay, so Aunt Jennifer's tigers are described here. If you still have some vague areas, keep them there. When we come to second stanza, we will again ask questions to the poem and it will start giving us answer. It's a very interesting experiment. Stanza 2. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Just these 2 lines would tell you something more, what you didn't get in the very first stanza. Aunt Jennifer is not able to pull the needle through the wool. So what do you understand? The tigers that we saw in stanza 1, are they real tigers? No. Then what are they? They are stitched on a screen, on a wool by Aunt Jennifer. So now go back and read the first stanza. How are these tigers created by her? Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across the screen. They are running, jumping fast. How are they in appearance? Bright yellow, topaz, denizens of a world of green. So is she painting them against a background of nature? Yes, that is green background. So she's creating a beautiful artwork on a wool. Tigers are prancing and the backdrop is green forest. What else do you find in her creation? See the third line of first stanza. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. So there are some men also in her creation. That's done. Come to stanza 2 again. Her fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. You know what is fluttering? Shaking. You might have seen flags fluttering in the wind. Here, her fingers are fluttering. They are shaking, shivering. Even this needle, she is not able to pull. She finds it hard to pull because her hands are shivering. Now let's find out why her hands are fluttering. What can be the reasons? If you are called all of a sudden to address an audience, you find shivering? Yes. Stage fright, fear. So what can be one of the reasons? Let us write down. Fear. She is afraid of something. Whatever it is, we will see later. We'll ask the poem and find out. Or what can be the reason for her hands to shiver? She is old. Very good. Write the second reason. Third one. She may be weak. She doesn't have the energy anymore. So she is struggling to do this work. Okay. If we get more reasons, we will see. We can add them to this list. Now let's take the third line of second stanza. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Jennifer's hands. On her fingers you find the wedding ring. But the poet is telling the ring is so heavy that she is struggling to do this artwork. That's why her hands are shivering, one of the reasons. Tell me, can a wedding ring be that heavy on somebody's finger that they can't even lift their hands? No. So it's not literally heavy. Then what can it be? It can be metaphorically heavy. So if somebody says, wedding ring is too heavy for me, what does that ring stand for? Marriage. So marriage is heavy means it is the burden of matrimony. So Aunt Jennifer is suffering from something. She is unhappy about something. She is burdened by marriage. These are assumptions. If you say, where is the proof? Let us wait and see ahead. So by the end of the second stanza, we come to know a few things. One is, Aunt Jennifer is creating an artwork. She's creating tigers on it. And her hands are fluttering, her fingers are fluttering. And we made a list of reasons. She may be scared of something. We don't have a proof for that, but we assumed it. She may be old. Yes, that can be a reason. She may be tired. They're all assumptions. Now, we have also found that the massive weight of wedding band is not literally referring to the weight of a wedding band. It's talking about the metaphorical significance of it. So we just have an idea that Aunt Jennifer is into an unhappy marriage. That may be the burden for her. Let's come to the third stanza, where most of our questions would be answered. You are going to see the climax here. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands would lie still, ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. These two lines. Let's assume that after a few years, Aunt dies. when she's dead, see the next few words, they give you a lot of clue to what we were assuming. Her terrified hands. So we got it right. We were assuming that she may be scared of something. Yes, the poem has told us, terrified. Terror is a worse form of fear. It is more intense, more grave, more serious. She has been terrorized by something. What is that? By ordeals she was mastered by. Ordeals means difficulties, hardships, etc. Tough tests in her life. She was mastered by. See, if somebody says, you have to be the master of your own life, what does it mean? You have to take control of your life. So here, she was not her master. She was mastered by somebody. This use of master comes from the old practice of slavery. Master and a slave. So who is that master who controlled her life? Who is that master who enslaved her? Connected to the previous stanza? The massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Do you get some insights? Yes. So if uncle was controlling Jennifer, what is the problem that she faced? She lacked freedom in her marriage. The freedom that any individual would look for expression. So she was feeling suffocated in the institution of marriage. But can you silence a person completely? No. The pain of a person would come out in some form or the other. How is she expressing her pain? By creating these tigers. Let me ask you, in the first stanza, third line, they do not fear the men beneath the tree. Who are they? Tigers. They are not scared of men. But who is scared of a man here? Aunt Jennifer. So is she different from the tigers she creates? Yes. So through these tigers, she is trying to fulfill something which she cannot do in her real life. So these tigers are a kind of fictional gratification of her own unfulfilled angst and desires, etc. Pain and indignation, etc. Protest. What about that line? Her terrified hands will lie still. Of course, it will lie still when she is dead. It will be ringed by ordeals. If you remove the ring after a person is dead, you will still find the marks there. That would very well look like a ring. The poet says, that is the price she paid in the institution of marriage. The pain has gone deep into her. You can see it on her fingers as well. Do you think that the pain or stress that you experience are only psychological? Yes, they are. But the reflections you can see in your body. Let's come to the last two lines. Aunt Jennifer may be dead. She may be dead and gone. But the tigers she created on the panel would go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Nobody can stop these tigers. Aunt may be dead. She may be dead. But tigers will continue prancing. Now look at the poem from a very different perspective. What is the first stanza about? The tigers. What are the tigers here? Creation of Aunt Jennifer. So stanza 1, creation, that is tigers, artwork, it's an art. Stanza 2 is about Aunt Jennifer. Aunt Jennifer, what is she? The creator or the artist? So stanza 1 is about art, stanza 2 is about the artist, stanza 3 you find both. What will happen to the artist? What will happen to her art? So art, artist, art and artist blended together. Such a beautiful craft. I love this poem not only for the gravity of the content in the poem, but also for the beautiful craft the poet has used. So even when the artist is dead, art will live. Don't you agree? And through the art, the artist will also live. It's a very interesting anecdote about a child who asked somebody, we always talk about creator. Where is the creator? Creation we can find, but I don't find the creator. When a child asked this question, a teacher told him, it's a beautiful reply. A teacher told him, the creator is inside the creation. You cannot separate the two. As long as art lives, artist will also live. Art immortalizes the artist. I would like to tell you one more thing about a genius, a child from Kerala who lived just for 7 years. Within that short span of life, he left behind nearly 25,000 paintings. Edmund Thomas Clint. You can very well search online for the paintings, the biography of Clint. Such a short span of life, but what a great artistic legacy. Whenever you look at Clint's paintings, he is alive. There is a beautiful book written about Clint and his life, his art, etc. It is written by his own childhood playmate and friend, Ammu Nair. I had the good fortune of talking to the author, reading the book. It's an amazing biography. The most beautiful part is the title of the book. A Brief Hour of Beauty. A Brief Hour of Beauty. What a beautiful title. I also had a chance to visit Clint's house and meet his parents. Clint passed away in 1980s, must be 83. I visited his parents in the year 2018 or 19. When I went to his house, I couldn't see anything there except the paintings of Clint. I couldn't see anyone more present in the house than Clint himself. Clint's parents so lovingly welcomed me. His mother offered me a cup of tea. While I held the cup in my hands, I saw on the cup a picture of Clint. In every corner of the house, you find that great artist's living presence. Artist lives on. Thank you.